Hello, my name is Hector. Welcome back to How to Play FTB Revelation. How is everyone doing? Hope you're doing well. Look at the power. We're still... We've gone up. We were on 98%. We've gone up to 99%. I haven't even done anything. So that is still going great. Last episode we had a look at Architecture Craft and the Chisel mod, which are great for building, and we're going to continue with that today. And we are looking, and you can see on my hotbar, we are looking at the Chisels and Bits mod. So at Chisels we'll give you all of the items, which is not very many. In fact, you can see some chisels, some designs, chisel bit bag, wrench, saw, tape measure, and fluid bit tank. So these are all very simple. So let's actually start with a very simple one, the tape measure. Can I actually? Yes, I can. Excellent stuff. So this is a great little tool for building, in that basically, if you click and hold like that, look at that, you can see, and it's a bit crazy like that. And it will basically tell you 7 meters and what, 6 blocks, I'm guessing. 2 meters wide because it's like 1 and then 2 halves. So you can do stuff like that, and basically it will help measure stuff, and you can see you can basically do loads. And I think there we go. Yes, shift right clicking will clear it, and I think there is there a menu? I believe there is. Yes, like most of Chiseled Bits, there is. There you go. There is all of this, so distance, block, and bit, so you can be very accurate, and all of this will make more sense. So if we do it to distance, for instance, that is obviously just the distance. You can see 4 meters 14 blocks, which is pretty cool. But it's a great tool at times when you need to just measure things out, basically. So that is a very good little start. But anyway, the biggest thing in the Chisels and Bits mods is the chisels and the bits. That is the thing. So we have got different chisels. I would very much suggest that you just go for the diamond chisel. It is pretty cheap. Each of these, like the chisel mod, which is a different mod that we went through last time, you should be able to see the higher up you go, the more you're able to do with it. But I would honestly just say don't bother with the other chisels. Just go for the diamond chisel. It has the best range, it can chisel the most amount of blocks, and it has the most options. So just go for that. So what does this do? Well, let's just go over here. There we go. We put a block down, and you can see I'm now in single bit mode. If you shift and mouse wheel, you can see you get different options, different things, and then it goes back to single bit. If you hold the Alt key, you can also see you've got different options here. So that is what it goes through. So all of these grid snapped is pretty good. You can see it snaps to a particular grid, which is quite nice. And it's the same with all the others. Whereas if you go to that, you can see it goes through different. Well, it doesn't snap to the grid. You can do smaller versions. So let us put it back to single bit, and you will be able to see what this does. Let's just take off a little bit of the corner. You can see there that corner is it's gone, and we have a single bit that we could actually place down like that. Look at that. Look at that. You can place it down and then you can get it back up. Chiseled bits are actually and that, I think that's gone actually. There we go. Oh well, that has gone. If we take another bit, there we go. Oh, there it is. There it is. You can obviously place it back, but what you can do, in case you accidentally do this, at some point you will do this with grass. You'll be chiseling something, you'll be doing something like this, and you will accidentally chisel some grass or whatever floor you're working on. Get this menu up again, which is default the Alt button, and you can see here you can just undo, which is pretty nice indeed. And then I don't know if that, yeah, there you go, not enough bits or chisel durability. So because we we broke that bit. We can't actually put that back. Now, as soon as you take any bits out of a block, this is no longer a piece of wood. You can see it says oak wood planks, and here it says chiseled wood, which are oak wood planks in their former guise. And you can see this is now pick upable via pickaxe, whereas this is the axe. So that's a very important distinction. You need to be aware of that. As soon as you chisel any block, it ceases to become that block. It will be a Chiseled Bits block. So that's just something to think about. So what can we do with all of this? Well, one of the first things you need to do, and let's actually get another bit, there we go, is we need to get a chiseled bit bag. Automatically restock and store bits. So this is pretty important. So you make this by some wool and a chiseled bit. Now it says chiseled bit for stone, but you can actually do anything. So you can see this is oak wood planks. There you go, chiseled bit bag. And there we go. You get all of that. So now when we start just getting bits like this, what will happen is you can see I've got one in there, but they will start to go into the chiseled bit bag, which is brilliant, because if we put this to a, let us put this on a different, let's put on plain mode, and that basically will, look, we can get all of that like that. We can just destroy the entire block, and lastly, bam, and that is now, there you go, we've got all these chiseled bits that we can use. So what can you do with that? Well, you could start building. You could start building and, you know, making a structure. Now, obviously, I'm doing this in single bit mode, and you can see I've got all the bits here, and they're coming out of the chiseled bit bag. So as long as you've got bits in the bit bag, you can keep on building. You don't obviously have to keep it on that. Again, you can put it to anything like that. Grid snaps, we could we could do that and do a bit of that. And just, you know, you could build something. You can just build stuff like that out of that. Oh, and I ran out of bits, and it took that bit of grass block. See what I mean? At some point, you will end up with a grass block made out of bits, and you can see now this is completely gone. So obviously, we might want more, so we can just get some more like that. Done. And now we could continue building. For instance, so we can do loads of cool stuff with this. Obviously, you can be very specific in what you build. You can see there is lines like this that you can do. You don't just have to do it in blocks like that. Like that. Look at that. That is cool. That is really weird. You can build some really intricate things, and a lot of builders have a love-hate relationship with this mod, mainly because you can get so detailed, it can just take hours and hours and hours on a specific build. So once you have your bits, what else can you do? Well, you can see we have these designs. So right here, you can see I have made like a pillar design out of wood, oak, log. So let's get some more. Let's get another bit of log like that. And say I wanted to copy. I wanted to make a design. What I could do, for instance, I could let's actually create this. This is, you can see this is in a block. When you highlight this, so this is a block here, like just that bit there, that's highlighted. You can see, and this is in a block itself. So let's copy that, and this is just the positive chisel design. Look at the recipe: water, paper, and lapis. Okay, these are all pretty easy to make, redstone and glowstone as well. So once we have that, what we could do is we could place another block down and then just make that again, which is pretty cool. If we bring up the Alt menu, you can see there's different versions. So there's placement, additive, replace, and impose. So I think it defaults to replace. You can see it says there replace, it means it will replace any block. So it will place the grass block there, just like that. We can obviously undo it still as well. Placement is probably the most useful. As long as you have the bits, you can do that. You can do lots of stuff. I don't know why you'd want to do something like that, but you can. If you want to wipe it clear, wipe that design away, you can just do it like that. And then you could do another design like that, for instance, and then replace that. There we go. And put it there like that. You can see you can either do it on a block like that, but you could also if we do the design, impose. That's gone really weird. Look at that. Look at what impose has done. So it's like half done it. That is an odd one. That is an odd one indeed. So I forgot to mention just one thing with this. If we put it back to placement, if you rotate your mouse wheel whilst shifting, you can actually just rotate the block as well. So that's just another little thing. And generally, shifting as well, when in Chisels and Bits, is it will, rather than just keeping, you can see this is basically once it snaps into the block, and shifting will basically allow you to place it in any bit of the block rather than snapping to the grid. So that's a very important thing to remember when you're working with Chisels and Bits. So you can easily rotate it and shift it to a different block. Okay, so let's just clear that again. So the difference between the positive and negative chisel designs, they both sort of work the same. Basically, if we copy that one there, and let's put that, where are you? Where's the blocks? Like that. So if we do that, you can obviously do it like that as well. But I mean, obviously you could do that with the positive design because it replaces blocks as well. So what is a negative design for? Well, you can sort of see if I hold it like that, you can see it's like a stone block, and basically the negative one will will work on all other blocks as well. So, and you can see it sort of does it for every single block, which is interesting. Like we could do all of those. There you go. You can't do it on a chest. Let's just undo this grass block. Can I undo it? Will it allow me to undo? Oh, it won't. It won't. Oh, apparently we can't undo that one. That is an interesting one. So there you go. I didn't realise that. It doesn't seem to right click to right click to chat. Yeah, Alt Shift for detail. So it doesn't seem to let you. So that is the negative design. And lastly, the mirror chisel design. So sometimes at some point you might have a design like this, but you want to basically have it mirrored. So you don't want to rotate it, you want it literally to be mirrored. So what we could do is copy that, and then you have to place it either in with a negative or a positive. There you go, like that. Let's do that. Like that. And where are we? There it is, like that. And then if we rotate it, we should, there we go, we can see, and there you go, it has been mirrored. So that's how you mirror a design, and which sometimes you don't want to just rotate it, you want to mirror it. So that is how you do that, okay? So those are the designs. There's a few other different, things that you can mess around with. You can see with the the additive and impose, but play around with them. I think additive only, I think it just adds bits if it can fit, and impose adds and replaces bits but doesn't remove them, if that makes sense. You might have to play around with those a little bit more just to gain a proper understanding of how those works, how that works. So we have a wrench, right click blocks to rotate, which is pretty cool. So we can just rotate them like that, and you can see it does it not just side to side, but like round and round, but also up and down. So this is a really hard block to rotate, mainly because it's so little. But you can see we can rotate the blocks, which is pretty nice as well. Now, weirdly, say we do it on one of these, it does it quite oddly. Can I? There we go. You can see it keeps the textures. It keeps the textures in the same orientation. So that doesn't really work. If you say wanted one of these logs on its side, you'd have to put an oak log to begin with on its side and then chisel it. So you'd have to put a log on its side like that and then chisel it to get one on its side. Otherwise it doesn't work. You can see it's an odd thing to have, and there you go, you can put it back. So that is a wrench as well. That is fairly useful, well, just in case you want to rotate blocks. Of course, a wrench is always useful in modded. Now, lastly, we come on to two more things. First, let's have a look at the diamond bit saw, which is pretty cool. So this is sort of like the old Forge micro blocks. If anyone remembers that, if anyone played an older version of Minecraft, you will remember this. And basically, this just allows you to saw blocks. So you can see, there you go, we've got that. That is now half a wood plank. So it's like a vertical slab basically that you could do, which is very exciting. You can obviously, now depending on how you cut this, you can see you can get a slab as well. You can also, if you keep going, you can keep getting smaller and smaller versions. Can I? Oh, there we go. Until you get, I think, is that the last one? I think that will be the last one. Yeah, like that. You can see that is. Can we rotate that? There we go, like that. So you can see that's how thin you can go. You can go to the last line in the plank and get that as a block basically. You can also go the other way. So for instance, if we actually, I don't need that many. Let's do that, and then you can do that. You can halve it like that. So you can also put it in that corner there, and that is different. So that does it like that way, and that does it that way, horizontal, and then that does it just right in the middle. That is how that works. Hopefully that makes sense. But just playing around with it, it should be able, that should be able to make sense. And then obviously you can play around with that. And this is a good way. And you can see again, just shifting allows us to, and mouse wheeling allows us to rotate the block round. Like that, and then shifting like that allows us to actually place the block wherever in the actual block itself, which is pretty nice, both vertically and horizontally. And this might be an easier way of making designs as well, just using blocks like that and bigger things rather than having to chisel everything and then getting a block. You can easily do it this way and make a design and then copy it and do lots of interesting and cool things. So lastly, in this complete mess of ours, we have the chiseled fluid bit tank. And what this does, crazily, is allows you to chisel liquids. Yes, liquids. So you make the chiseled fluid bit tank. That is quite hard to say. You can see it's a fairly easy thing to make. It's not very much, and then you just click some liquid into it, and I think it works with most liquids, so you could do it with lava as well. And then just to get out, you just click on that little spout, or I think you can basically click anywhere, and then you can see, there we go, we have got some water, and as ever you can do stuff like that. And oh, did I use all the water there? Where's more? Can I get some more water? I don't think I had enough water. Let's get some more water. And where's my bits bag gone? Let's put some stuff in here. And there you go. We've got some more water there. And let's shove all of that in as well. You can see when you shift, you can see the actual block that it's taken from, which is pretty handy. And you can see the same with the designs, which is really, really useful, because sometimes like that you can't really tell what the texture is, and that's just an easy way of doing that. Oh, and it is night time. So we've got some more. You can easily see. There we go. We've got a little bit more water, so you could make fountains basically out of this stuff. It's quite amazing, and I believe that this works again with the designs. So you could easily make a huge waterfall design or a lava fall design. It's pretty amazing. This is a truly amazing mod, but it is very time consuming. So just be very aware that if you start down this road, you could end up just completely losing so much track of time trying to get a design perfected. But there you go, that's a very basic overview of the Chisels and Bits mod. Hopefully that sort of helps you out. If you've got any more questions, then feel free to ask in the comments below. We'll try and sort you out. But I'd say just experiment and see what everything does, see what creations you can do. And please, if you do anything cool with Chisels and Bits, then send me a picture on Twitter. I'd love to see it. Love to see it. So thank you so much for watching. We'll continue with more building stuff in the next episode. We'll be looking at a few more mods and how to build, and then we'll actually probably do some building as well. Actual building. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Hector. This has been How to Play FTB Revelation, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.